Good evening, I'm John Beard. Thank you for joining us tonight. Police constantly watch our speed. Now, due to the crash you just saw, they will be watching their own speed as well. If your dream is to have someone scream at you on national TV, this could be your chance. It has never happened before, but if you're watching TV Saturday night, you might see an earthquake hit Davenport. Something you learn when you move to the Midwest. Southerly winds much better than the ones from the north. Well, the Quad Cities Toys for Tots campaign is underway, and with one of the biggest shopping days of the year approaching, so are your chances to help out the drive with donations. If you were outside Saturday, you saw we had quite a good little snow in the Quad Cities this weekend as well. It just didn't stick. All right, the Cardinals gave the ball to their ace last night. That didn't work out so well. They gave it to their other ace tonight. Even in spring training, playing the Royals is a great way to get well. Thank you, Roland. We'll be right back. Snow coating the Quad Cities today, a scene repeated countless times around town. People brushing snow and scraping ice off their vehicles, and snow plows are hard at work tonight, clearing local streets as more snow piles up. Good evening, I'm John Beard. Thank you for joining us. We hope you're inside somewhere tonight, warm, as we have team coverage of the first major snowstorm of the season. And we're going to begin with our chief meteorologist, Pat Walker. First on Fox, he's live in the Weather Center with the very latest. All right, thank you, Pat. Snow's still coming down. We are in the thick of it right now. Evan Hutchinson actually is really in the thick of it. He's right outside with an up-close look at conditions out there tonight. All right, thank you, Evan. At the Quad Cities International Airport in Moline, a handful of flights arrived late. Our runways have actually held up pretty well, but flights coming in from other parts of the country have had difficulties, thus the delays. As Fox 18's Kurt Liskey shows us, crews working around the clock tonight to try and keep flights on time. He continues our team coverage now with more. The plow crews face a major challenge. They cannot use any salt on the runways because it would corrode the aluminum used in nearly all modern planes. Well, similar scenes playing out across the Midwest. A blanket of snow covering Des Moines today. You take a look at this scene from earlier today, and more snow has been falling since. Here is a sign of the bitter cold to come now. It's minus 14 degrees in Minot, North Dakota today. That's without the wind chill. Students and staff bundled up at Minot State University, except for one guy who was out wearing his shorts. We still don't know why. Most people, however, stuck to the winter coats and the winter hats like they should. Well, all the bad weather has many people stocking up on the essentials like shovels and de-icer, but not everyone who lives in the area is used to getting ready for a major snowstorm. Fox 18's Kimberly Brown continues our coverage. Managers say if stores run out, there may be some issues getting products in because the weather would delay deliveries. And a reminder, snow routes are in effect for Davenport and East Moline. If you park in an area that has been designated a snow route tonight, you could be towed. City officials ask you to move your vehicle until the snow has been cleared. And with slick conditions, accidents, of course, are much more likely. This accident in Story City, Iowa, sent 2 people to the hospital today. You are advised to drive slower, drive more cautiously, and just avoid driving altogether if possible. Encouraging news from Alcoa. The aluminum giant announced it is recalling 100 hourly workers to its Davenport Works plant. Alcoa and USW Local 105 will work together on the final details and timing of the recall. Earlier this year, the plant laid off more than 350 workers, citing a drop in orders, and an Alcoa rep says it's actually current business conditions right now that are driving the decision to bring back employees. Still much more to come when we get back. A surprise announcement from a prominent TV personality about his health, what Bryant Gumbel had to say, plus a massive turnout for the funerals of 4 police officers gunned down in Washington State. All the news you need to know will continue on the Fox 18 9 o'clock news. All right, Pat, we've had snow, we've had sleet, we've had snow again. What's next?
More snow and the wind and the falling temperatures.
Sounds fun. Tell you what, plenty of cool nights coming up in the next 5 days.
That's the word, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to break out the cold until it's like negative 12.
Okay.
Something like that. All right, thank you, Pat. Still more to come. The Hawkeyes on the road in Cedar Falls tonight. Roland will have much more on that next in sports. Pat is coming up next. He's updated his forecast for snow totals tonight. He shows it to you up next. The first blast of winter doesn't have to mean an end to all things summer. On the contrary, I learned last night some people actually prefer one summertime treat when the temps tumble. This bank thermometer read 11 degrees. With the wind, it felt like 0. But in this wind-whipped winter desert, a glowing neon sign offered an unlikely oasis.
I'm still surprised to the day when I come to work all bundled up and people are lined up to get ice cream.
But on one of the coldest nights of the season so far, the question is why?
Why not?
Just felt like the right thing to do.
We were hanging around the house watching a couple Christmas specials, and I got a craving for some holiday flavored ice cream, so we decided to come here and check out what they had.
The Whiteys on 53rd Street in Davenport told us a few hundred customers walked through this door yesterday, a day when more sane people would be enjoying hot chocolate or a nice cup of tea.
It might have been a better choice.
Along with pants, maybe. But Quad Cityans are hardy folk who enjoy an ice-cold treat even on the iciest of nights.
I've never experienced too cold for ice cream.
It tastes better in the summer, but it tastes good now too.
Okay. So eat up, because when the rest of your body is freezing, you might as well induce brain freeze as well. Oh, July is the top month for ice cream sales in the U.S., just in case you were wondering.
It's been a long road to get here. We have lots to get to in our You Decide 2008 election night coverage this evening. Millions of people still heading out to the polls, and millions of ballots are being counted where the polls have already closed. This is the view around the Quad Cities earlier today. Voting is over in both Illinois and Iowa. The polls just closed in Iowa. 2 hours ago, they closed in the state of Illinois. First on Fox, we are going to begin with the big one, the presidential race. And we have two graphics we want to show you. The first one is the popular vote. When we went to air, Obama 50% of the popular vote, McCain 49%. While this is important in terms of electing a president, it means next to nothing because it's the Electoral College that really counts. And if we take a look at that one, you will see Senator Barack Obama from the state of Illinois with 200 Electoral College votes, Senator McCain of Arizona 90. Both candidates need to get to 270 to win this election. Obama just captured the state of Ohio, which was considered critical for a McCain victory. Obama also picked up Pennsylvania earlier, another key state.
Votes.
But the traffic flow of voters was not the same as it was during early voting. Volunteers say they expected to see a rush both in the morning and in the evening, but that rush at the end never really happened. This is North Scott High School during rush hour, if you can call it that. Not much wait for voters there. Fox 18's Kimberly Brown has more on lines or lack thereof at the polls. Now, right now, election officials are counting your ballots in Scott County and around the state of Iowa. We're going to move on and get with Pat later. This is long lines in the state of California today. Voters had to endure them all day long in many, many states. Obama's victory in the state never been in doubt, but excited voters are still turning out, waiting in lines that stretch for blocks in some cases. A record 13.6 million people are expected to turn out across that state. High voter turnout recorded everywhere. Yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, no matter who wins, who you vote for, it's nice when everybody gets out there and votes and we have a true indication of what the nation truly wants. And before we let you go, we want to show you Grant Park in Chicago. 70,000 people expected inside the park, maybe 1 million outside to hear Barack Obama speak tonight. Will it be an acceptance speech? Or will it be something else? They're hoping for the acceptance speech in Chicago tonight. A lot of Obama supporters out there. Stay tuned. We are going to be right back. All right. Well, we are going to update some of those Illinois races coming up. And if we're lucky, we'll have some results from Iowa as well.
Election numbers.
Yeah, the crew feverishly trying to find new numbers for us. Let's take a look at the federal numbers, the federal races in the state of Iowa. Senator Tom Harkin declared the winner. He will be the first Democratic senator to serve a 5th term for the state of Iowa. We also want to mention that Fox News has declared Barack Obama the winner in both the state of Illinois, his home state, and the state of Iowa as well. The McCain campaign was holding out hope they could win in Iowa. They thought they had some internal polling that showed they had a chance, but Obama declared the winner early in the state of Iowa. Also, he won in Ohio and Pennsylvania earlier in the night. It's good news for those people in Grant Park we saw earlier. Pat, no good news for people as we get later in the week. It's going to get cold.